Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I'm Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the executive minister. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ plus community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ plus community.
I am Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
This is live, and then we are available on demand. We're available on all smart televisions and your favorite social media. At Sunshine Cathedral, we're here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. If I were in an open relationship built on love, would God punish me? Recently, in the Reddit community subreddit OpenChristian, user Bunny of Love describes a person they have been in love with for many years. They claim that the only thing that has stopped them from dating is their views on open relationships. They do not believe in open relationships, but the person they are in love with does. They wonder if God would approve of a relationship built on love, even if it is open, or if they are fooling themselves and won't admit the relationship would only be built on lust. The original poster challenges the notion of what marriage, relationship, and literal Bible verse mean in today's world. Some users point out that they might be just infatuated with the other person, not in love or lust. Others point out the many polyamorous relationships in the Bible. How, based on the norms of the day, is that different from today's thinking about open relationships? Does God have a definitive stance on open relationships, or is it just in the poster's mind? And what does the Queer God Squad think about how we define relationships in the eyes of God? Chillin'? God don't care. God is like, y'all do you, because I'm gonna love you whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I am your God today, tomorrow, and always, if you are a follower of God. Some people may not be, but that's not the point of this story. The question that's being asked is, can you have more than one partner at a time, and then is God going to look down on it? Again, the answer is God don't care. And we as humans really shouldn't care. If adults are in a loving relationship, however many of you are in that relationship, it should not matter. Now, if you are a person who believes that monogamy is the way to go, then no, you are not going to get involved with a person who is polyamorous, because that's not what you like. Because they like it, let them have their thing and move forward. And by the way, what's wrong with lust? There ought to be a little bit of lust in every relationship, so don't worry about that either. But for me, the bottom line is love is what love is, and each person gets to define what love looks like to themselves. That's it for me.
So, what's the question? If, what does the God Squad think about open and what? I don't care. I just don't, I don't care. I mean, I would, I saved myself for my wedding night, but you don't have to.
Do tell.
I've only been with one person my whole life, but you do you. It's as if. I mean, like, how silly do you sound again? I always say this when these things pop up, how silly do you sound? Okay, you're serial monogamous. Yeah, I'm only one relationship at a time, and that's just about that person. But then you break up, and then you sleep around a little bit until you find another person, and it's just that one person. Okay, you've still been around. You just spaced it out differently. Okay, so there's that, and that's what a lot of people are.
Right.
That was always me, really. Yeah. I was serial monogamous. I would have somebody, and then we would break up, and then I'd fool around here and there and everywhere, and then one of those people would stick, and then I'd be about that person for a while, and so that was me. Other people.
He's been stuck for the last 24 years.
Oh, I've been stuck. Yeah, well, yeah. The last one took. Oh, the last one took. Exactly, 100%. And then there are open relationships.
Yes.
Where you and one other person are committed. You're committed to that person. You're going to come home every night to that person. You share your money. You give that person a kidney. You're going to be at that person's deathbed, or they're going to be at yours. That's your person. And you have an agreement that you can sleep with other people, but that's not about love. That's about scratching an itch. And there are rules, different rules. I had friends that their rules were you could each have 13 people a year. You can do you can never do the same person twice. You can never bring them home. You can never kiss them. And once you hit 13, you could do all 13 in January if you wanted to, but then that meant dry for the rest of the year. So those rules. Other people had other rules. I had a friend. His rule was we can do 3 ways. Either person has veto power, and we're both present, and so we can have unlimited 3 ways, but you can never be on your own. And I mean, so they work out the rules.
Yeah.
And if you're faithful to the rules, you're faithful. So that's open. So there's serial monogamy, and then there's open. Then there's polyamorous, which is we're all, and I knew 6 women. They lived in a house, and they were a family, like a couple or a triad, except there were 6, and they were a family. They had vows, they had promises, and I don't know how they rotated the schedule. I don't know. They weren't 3 couples. They were a 6-person unit. I don't know how they worked it out, but they did, and they seemed just happy as a pig in shit. So that's polyamorous, is that I'm committed to more than one person. Open is I'm committed to one person, but I get to play on the side. And then serial monogamous is, one person, and then if that doesn't work out, then another person, and so on. The idea that I'm a virgin on my wedding night, and then we're together till one of us dies, that is a myth. That's just, I don't know very many people that was their life. Now, it's fine. And if that is your life, and it's fine to be celibate, it's just all fine. Here's the thing, and God couldn't care less. God is in the middle of all that. God, whatever you're doing, that's God doing it. You know what I mean? So it's, but here's the thing. If you're a monogamous person, don't get with a polyamorous person and try to change them.
There you go.
Because now you got misery.
Yes.
If you have a certain value, find someone who shares that value. Because otherwise, it is going to be a mess. You're not going to change that person. So I need monogamy. I mean, I think I could be open, but I don't want my partner to be. You know what I mean? So I would still be so in love, but this is what I need, though, for me to feel emotionally secure, is I need that person to not do that.
Yeah.
And so if that person's not going to do that, I can't do that. So that's fair, right? So what I need for my emotional security, I share myself in so many ways as a minister. I have to hear things. I have to be present to people. I have to even be more demonstrative than I am by nature. Lots of hugging and cheek kissing and hand holding, and I've gotten there, but that's not how I was originally wired or whatever. So I'm so present to people in so many ways. I need something that's sacred and private and just for me, my safe place where I can be crazy, I can cry, I can just let myself go and just be whatever. I need that one person. And to feel safe with that, I need that to be an exclusive situation. That's what I need. And so I need to find someone who shares that need. Quarter of a century and going. But that's about my need. That's not about what I think God wanted. I think God wants me to be happy. So God wants me to be monogamous because that's what's going to make me feel safe. Somebody else has a different need.
Right.
And I think God wants them to be happy. Yes. You know what I mean? So this isn't a God has decided how everyone has to, do. This is a God has made us all kinds of life or evolution or, the cosmos. We've gotten here in a lot of different packagings, a lot of different ways. What you need to find is someone who's compatible with your packaging.
Yeah.
I'm looking for baggage that goes with mine. That's from Brent. That's what you need, someone who's compatible so that you can support each other in that and be happy and loving in that situation. I'm monogamous because I want to be monogamous, not because I think God cares one way or the other. I think that there are people who have different arrangements than mine who are also living joyful, spiritual, moral lives. So that's my take on it. If you're wanting a certain thing and your partner's wanting another thing, that's where the conflict is. The conflict is about God. The conflict is y'all have different goals. And that's what you're going to have to work out to be happy.
I processing this person's question here, and I just want to apologize for the person who ever put that kind of a thought in your in your thinking, whether it was a church or whether it was a minister. I remember many years ago, I came across this book. I forget the author of the book, but the book title was, "If It's Love of Any Kind, God Won't Mind."
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
And I think it was Gourmet. It was a trilogy book, but if it's love of any kind, God won't mind. So it's not about, some God looking down into your bedroom, watching everything you're doing. That's called
Which
voyeurism.
would make God kind of pervy.
That's what I'm saying. But this is about love. Express yourself the way you want to within the confines of what you want it to be. But if it's love of any kind, then God really doesn't mind. And I don't think God is sitting there watching, oh, no, yes, no. Because we're created in love. So therefore, let us live in love and be in love and express love in any kind of way we want it. So this whole notion of God's trying to sit around and wait and punish you for something, no, not buying it. And heal yourself of that, in whichever way you can, to live in love and be okay with who you are and any that configuration of relationship you need it to be.
I remember one time I was dog sitting for a deacon, and I just turned the TV on. And the deacon whose house I was staying in had forgotten to take a tape out of the tape player. And so I'm turning on the TV to watch, the news or whatever, the Golden Girls, whatever. Up comes, in the middle of a thing. Like, it wasn't at the beginning of the thing. It was all in the middle of some hot and heavy porn action. I was aghast. I was so offended that 15 minutes later I picked up the thing and turned it off. I think that was a monogamous couple, but they had allowed that kind of spice into it. Everyone has their thing. You work it out. And if everybody's on board and everybody's happy with it, that's the definition of good and holy and healthy. Here's the thing. Fidelity is keeping your promises.
Yeah.
So make promises you can keep and keep them. And some people that's going to be monogamous, and some people that's going to be open, and some people that's going to be open with some stipulations, and some people that's going to be poly, and some people that's going to be... Robert and I had another friend one time. They were a member of what they called the Cuddle Club. These were kind of asexual people, but they craved intimacy.
Interesting.
And so they just spooned and cuddled as a group. They watched TV, and the way it sounded quite beautiful, actually. Do what is right for you, what is healthy, what is normal, what is fulfilling. And as long as everybody understands what the rules are, everyone commits to those, and then keeps those rules. I don't get to make your rules. But once you've made them, your integrity binds you to them. So you make your rules, you keep them, and try and find someone who shares your values. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to change someone, and I promise that never works.
That deacon has been
is now ordained. Is now
his husband for 36 years, and we still, on occasion, we don't have to put on tapes anymore, but we will still, on occasion, look at the naughty videos and enjoy them together. So again,
girl, do what you got to do.
It's what you are comfortable with.
And isn't that what you wanted to know about Reverend Kevin out there in television land? Aren't you glad that you know him a little bit better now?
And I'm not embarrassed by it. I mean,
it is what it is.
If I thought you would be, I would have told the story.
Yeah, if anybody says that they've never watched porn, good for you. Most of the people I know, we can actually compare notes on some of the better videos. But that's, again, not the point. Does God give one hoot? And the answer is, God don't give a damn.
Exactly.
Do what you do.
Do what you gotta do. So, that's today. Ending on porn. That's today with the Queer God Squad. Come on, tell the truth. You love the Queer God Squad. Where are you going to hear this anywhere else? Just honest truth, but still spiritual. And what I want you to do is I want you to not only tell people about, but every time there's an episode you super love, share it with somebody.
Yeah.
Send it to them and email the link or post it on one of your socials. People, I honestly want more and more people in this conversation. They're just important.
Yeah.
We'll answer questions. There's nothing we won't explore.
Clearly.
Right.
Nothing is taboo.
So, and we're all people of faith. Like we really are trying to be whole, where we live our faith in every aspect of our lives. And and that can be fun, and it doesn't have to be prudish. So, I think we're pretty unique. Help us reach people who need what we're trying to offer. Well, that is today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and discuss what our LGBTQ+ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.
Bye.